So, if you're ever exploring um, what seems to be uninhabited and abandoned, overgrown land, somebody does come up. Um, a good excuse is always, just saying you're in the real estate business, whether or not you're with a company doesn't really totally matter. See, I could be honest about being that because I would like to eventually own some real estate. I'm just kind of exploring an abandoned place because I could always look it up later. Whoever did have this place definitely had it going on. They clearly came through and were clearing lower growth, which is the smart thing to do. Leave the trees. They definitely started here, but didn't quite get too far. There's still a lot of vines kind of taking over everything, but for the most part, it is pretty freaking open. It almost seems like, like a park or something. It's really nice. This land is really freaking nice. And I'm wondering if these old trails, I don't want to go too much. It's not that I'm not prepared for going through brush and stuff. It's just I don't like picking up a bunch of like ticks and stuff. And I got poison ivy pretty bad a couple weeks ago. So whenever things are really overgrown, even though I'm in hiking gear, this is still a road trip, and I'm not, whenever there's like a really overgrown area, I don't just try to shovel through. If what do you think this was? What do you think that was? I mean, my immediate guess is railroad, but I do not know. I'm just gonna eat if you don't mind. This might be the first time where I've recorded myself exploring someplace that's not a park or a legit trail or something like that. There's definitely way more apprehension as I go, not only because if you walk really slow. Oh, there's an old fence back there. I'm close to something. If you walk really slow, then like things like snakes, and other things that like you don't want to be bothered by, especially in areas like this where it's really overgrown. Like that's where things like to live. So, if you're plowing through, are these fucking tomatoes? Cherry tomatoes? So if you're like plowing through some of these areas and you're not making a lot of noise, and you're doing it quickly, you could accidentally, you're increasing your chance of like bothering something that doesn't want to be bothered. If you do it real slow, then the things that don't want to be bothered have time to either like get out of your way or like kind of hide from you. So yeah, I would assume this is a boundary line, which because it's so well traveled. Maybe it's like a state thing. Usually there's easements, right? So when somebody has land and there needs to be power lines to other properties that aren't theirs, there's easements, right? It's like between their agreement with the city. I think they sell it to the city or something like that, but they're usually just like these little trails, and then like the land will continue on the other side a lot of the time. This is neat. I don't think there's gonna be much more scenery. I don't think there's like an overlook or anything, but this has been neat. Just being able to explore an old property and find like a trail in there and eat a good sandwich too. You know? The railroad. So that's a pretty clear line. Looks like there used to be a farm through here. Having a stable or something. This fence there. I mean, this is the driveway to get to it. And they sold it to, I don't know, maybe the city or the county. I always get a little confused. Sometimes it's just like a local authority, like a company that does the power, but sometimes it's like DOT, if they're planning a future road, you know, there's different things. This seems like maybe one of the really, really old homesteads because, you know, way back in the day, you know, when they made the railroads, they were doing it along existing roads or trails. So somebody maybe had a road to access some kind of homestead back here, some kind of farm. Which, if you have a farm out in the middle of nowhere, I just call it a homestead. This may have been the place they would pull in, right? It doesn't matter, you know, but it's fun, to me at least, to like think about how places came to be, especially when you see the remnants of old things that, I don't know, I guess that's maybe everybody. I mean, who doesn't like stumbling across old fences or like castles and old things that makes you just kind of imagine what was happening and then like how long ago it was happening. You know, there's a mix of things sometimes, like when they patch fences or there's newer, like this barbed wire here is definitely newer, obviously in the fence, but then somebody put it up, you know. Maybe there's something special here. A hidden treasure. Navigating back is always fun, you know. I've never gotten lost on the way back from somewhere. It's always on the way out where like I end up kind of weaving around too much on the way back. It's like I know which direction I need to head. But if I were to get on this and walk away, so that's gonna be a photo. It's gonna be a photograph right there, right? I mean, that's a photo. That's pretty solid. It's well used. Got a warning here. Maybe it's like a submerged power line. Call before you dig. Yeah. It's cold. No. It's warm. Damn. Beautiful. I mean, this is beautiful. Somewhere in Virginia, mountains of Virginia. I realized that the property I was admiring from a distance, like it almost looked like a mansion, is definitely called a mansion, and it's used as a hotel now. Like people can, it's basically an Airbnb, not an Airbnb, like a bed and breakfast kind of thing. All right, I gotta take a piss and finish the sandwich, but thanks for joining along the journey. These aren't my footprints. These are. Oh, somebody's been walking. See, one of these days, like, you know, I got a car full of stuff now, but I just imagine, like, getting a backpack and just going down a railroad track, you know, because it's just clear and it's all kind of beautiful. Usually, like, railroads don't usually go through the middles of a lot of towns unless they're like port towns or, you know, you're usually out kind of in the rural places. Alright. I'm gonna head on back now.